I could have done this 3 years ago, I would have.
Robin, thank you for being here. I wanted to talk to you today about your experience with Broad Madison. How would you describe currently what you're building at Tews and the role technology plays in helping you get there?
Sure. I think it'd be helpful for you to understand kind of our infrastructure here. We're a team of 20 with the majority of our team members being producers, and they're high caliber producers. Many of our recruiters and sales team have been with us for more than 10 years. They're super dynamic. But what I wanted to do is improve our tech stack. I would say that we were a little antiquated in the way we would run things, and we started investing in our tech stack. But then we needed to figure out how to train our employees and then how to keep continuing education, get them to adopt things that we've done. And we found that to be a harder thing to do. And what I really was relying on Broad Madison to help us with was to understand our pain points and then create solutions to help execute them.
There's a period of time where you were the person solely responsible for managing Bullhorn. What was that like?
We've actually been on Bullhorn for 15 years, but it was prior to us meeting, and all at one time where we implemented Bullhorn automation, Bullhorn analytics, and there was a third one. I'm the go-to person for anyone who is going to send in a case, whether they can log in or implement Bullhorn automation. So it's a really big job. I don't take it lightly. I think that a lot of the behind the scenes are overlooked, but I am my career is in sales and operations. So I am not your technical consultant. I am not a marketing guru, but I found that I was wearing all of those hats, and it's impossible when your main role is to drive revenue with your sales team and to make our operations more effective. So I would say it's been a big challenge.
Well, that's one of the things we've seen, one of the theses we had when we started our company and our fractional admin offering. Individuals like yourself who are effectively charged with being strategic leaders, yet your entire day is bogged down by operational activities. And then people are asking you, why aren't we being innovative as a company? It's kind of hard to balance both those things. When we came to you, we were pitching fractional admin. And really, there's two things you could have done to solve that problem. You could have either hired somebody from the outside and had that person on your team and managed them directly, but you engaged with us with fractional admin. Why did that feel like the right answer for you?
We've been working with a marketing consultant. She's a star. I had tasked her with creating marketing campaigns and automation. After spending, I think, 40 hours on it, within 1 week, she said, "Robin, how are you doing this? Your business is way more niche. There's no way that you can do your job and automation." We just had very organic conversation about, well, what if we hired someone internally? What would this person look like? And truly, they need to have an operations mindset, understand marketing, understand data, have an analysis background, like all this, our proverbial purple squirrel, right? I had been sharing our pain points with our Bullhorn account manager. I said, isn't anyone our size having these same challenges? And she came back to me and she said, "You need to talk to Broad Madison." So I think maybe even the next day we scheduled a call, and it was like, you guys have just been amazing. Really that purple squirrel we've been looking for.
That's great. And we're in the beginning of what I hope is a long relationship with Tews. But I'm curious, even in the short period of time that we've worked together, what have been the biggest wins you've experienced working with us in your system?
Broad Madison has saved me so much time. So if we look at ROI report, you saved us 20 hours a month, sometimes on the upwards of 60, depending on what projects we're doing. But it's kind of the intangible things. It's the confidence that you are providing me every day, knowing that we're vetting the right vendors, we're asking the right questions, we're adopting the right processes. Our database is set up properly.
Outside of the internal system cleanup, maintenance, whatever word you want to use, have we at least been helpful in the evaluation and conversations with other vendors as well?
Yeah. We had been talking to a vendor about doing some enriching of different records. But I think it's hard when they're not living in our system. They don't know how we're set up. And working with Broad and Madison, you have access, direct access to Bullhorn. You can see if our field mapping is set up in such a way that enriching works. And there was one situation where the vendor had requested that we took fields and made them unrequired. And if anyone's been, the go-to person for Bullhorn in their office, that was like sending off alarms for me, because Bullhorn is always, you want to keep these certain fields required. So having your team be on these vendor calls and asking some of the same hard questions allowed for us to know that, we're making these changes in the system and it's going to work, also going to work long-term. And if it doesn't, I have a team that's going to back us up and fix it and very quickly.
What's changed for you personally in how you showing up now that Broad and Madison is involved in the day-to-day, and how you show up in your personal day-to-day now that the system feels like it's under control?
I can work strategically again. I was working so tactically in the system just to make sure that it's live, that everyone has access, that we are, using things now. I can think, how can we work more efficiently? How can we adopt more AI within our flow of work? And it's given me confidence and also given me the time to build our team and continue to drive revenue.
If you were talking to another leader, it was sitting where you were 6 months ago, what would you want them to know?
There is light at the end of the tunnel. If you don't have the ability to go out there and hire on all these SMEs, there is a group that can provide that honest information, solutions, and fixes for you. And if I could have done this 3 years ago, I would have.
That is great to hear. Robin, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to have this conversation with us. It's been nothing but a blast working with you, and we're looking forward to continuing the good times and keeping them rolling.
Likewise.
Thanks, Robin.